Hello, my curious little explorers. In the previous class, we started learning about the human skeletal system. We learned what is the skeletal system, what are the basic joints, and we learned about the human skull, which, according to me, is the most important bone in our skeletal system. Now, let us see about what are the other bones in the skeletal system. Next bone, or the system of bone, which is there in our skeleton, is the rib cage. So the rib cage is a cage of bones in the trunk of the body. Trunk means the torso of the body. Let me show you how a rib cage looks. Rib cage human. So this is this particular thing, this cage. This is the rib cage. This all 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what is written. These are the ribs. Let me show you a real rib cage. See, this is a real human skeleton. This is not a drawing, not animated. So this is how our ribs look. These are ribs. Okay. And this whole cage, this is called a rib cage. Do you want to see the human skull also? Real human skull? Let me show you. Human skull. Okay. So this is how a real human skull looks. This is normally, this appears to be a real human skull. So this is how a real human skull looks. Okay, let's go back to our lesson. So the rib cage is a cage of bones in the trunk of the body. The ribs are flat, thin bones. Like I showed you, they are flat, thin bones that curve to form a protective cage around the organs in the upper body. The rib cage is made up of 12 pairs of bone. Let's see how many pairs are there. So there are 12 pairs of bone. The sternum is the flat dagger-shaped bone in the middle of the chest, which holds the ribs in the place. The ribs protect the heart, lungs, stomach, kidney, and spleen. Let me try to show you this with an example. So we saw the rib cage. Now see, this is our rib cage. So this is the sternum. The sternum is the most important bone which is holding the rib cage, and you can see there are 12 pairs of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 pairs. This is 4, 1, 4, 2. So there are 12 pairs of bone. Okay, and they protect all our organs. Our heart is in the left side. It is somewhere over here. Sorry, here this is the left side, so it is somewhere over here. Then lungs are here, and all other spleen and other organs are there. Let's see rib cage with organs. Now as you can see this diagram, or this one is better clearer. I'm trying to find something for you which has labels also. So as you can see, this is the rib cage. It is holding our heart, it is holding our lungs, and it is holding all our important organs. Okay, so this is how fascinating a rib cage looks. The sternum is the ribs protect the heart, lungs, stomach, kidneys, and spleen. Next come the vertebral column. Now the vertebral column, also known as the spinal column or backbone, consists of 33 irregular shaped bones known as the vertebrae. Let's look at a real human vertebral column. Vertebral column. Human. So this colored image, see, you can see this is a skeleton. This colored image, this is a vertebral column. It is divided in 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. From here, from the skull till your shoulder, it is called C1 to C7. There are 7 bones in there. Then comes your backbone. This is from T1 to T12. Then comes your lumbar bones, that is from L1 to L5, and then comes your S1 to S5. So these are the vertebral columns. Okay. This helps us to stay erect. Our vertebral columns, that helps us to stay erect. Limbs. The human body has two pairs of limbs. Which are the limbs? Which are they? Our hands and our legs. The upper extremity of the forelimb consists of the arm and the hand, and the lower extremity or the hind limb consists of the thigh, the leg, the foot, and the kneecap, or it is also called patella. Okay. Each arm is attached to a shoulder blade. The arm is made up of three bones: the humerus, which is above the elbow, then the radius, and ulna, which are below the elbow. So the bone which is above your elbow is called humerus, and the two bones which are below your elbow are called radius and ulna. The hand is made up of five bones. Each finger on the hand has three bones except for the thumb, which has two. Together, the bones of the arms help grasp and pick up things. They also help throw, push, pull, and write. The lower limbs are the legs. They are attached to a circular group of bone called the pelvis. The pelvis is made up of two large hip bones. The leg bones are strong to help support the body's weight. Our entire body's weight is supported on our leg bones. See, this is the pelvis. This is your hip joint, and your legs are connected to your pelvis through your hip joint. Okay. The the bone that goes from the pelvis to the knee is called the femur. Let's see, this is the femur. So from the pelvis to your knee, this joint is called femur, and it is the longest bone in the body. As you can see, the femur, it is supposed to be the longest bone in your body. Now at the knee there is a triangular bone called patella. So on the knee you can see there is a triangle shaped bone. This is a patella. Now what does a patella do? The patella that protects the knee joint. It protects the knee joint. Below the knee there are two other leg bones called tibia and fibula. Now this is tibia, this one is tibia, and this smaller one, this bigger one is tibia, and this smaller one, the thinner one is fibula. The foot has five bones. Each toe has three tiny bones except the big toe, which has two. The leg bones help the body stand and walk. They also help balance the body and keep it upright. Now quickly let us revise the bones. So see, this is skull, this is the lower jaw which is moving, this is the shoulder, then this is the sternum, then we have ribs, rib cage is there, then we have our vertebral column. Now let's go to our limbs. So first we have our hands. In hands, like I said, the joint above your elbow is called humerus. This big joint is called humerus. Then you have again two bones. The thicker one is called radius, the smaller one is called ulna. Then you have fingers. Your four fingers have three bones on each hand. Like you can see, there are three partitions on your finger, and your thumb, it has only two bones. Then comes your pelvis. Then pelvis also holds your hip joint, and after that you can see that there is femur, which is the longest bone in the body, and then there are two bones below your knee. The knee joint is protected by a bone called patella. Then there comes two bones which are fibula and tibia. Tibia is the thicker and bigger one, and fibula is the thinner one. Okay, these are your bones. Next come muscles and movement. Now look at the picture. Imagine the springs are your muscles. See, on this picture, the springs are your muscles. What happens to them when the wooden arm is raised and lower? Now if you lower this wooden arm, if you compress this wooden arm, you know the spring will compress, and if you pull it back, the spring will stretch. This is exactly what happens in our body with our muscles. Muscles are part of the body. They'll help in the movement. The movements of the body are carried out as a result of interaction between the muscles and the skeletal system. Tendons. Tendons are very important. They are long, flexible cables. They are like wires that connect the muscles to the bones, while ligaments, they connect two or more bones together. Understood? So muscles are connected to the bones with the help of tendons, and ligaments, they connect two bones together. Cartilage is a tough elastic-like substance that holds the bone in place at the joints. Without the protective cartilage, the bones would rub against each other and wear out. Now, like we have a cartilage in our spine, we have a cartilage between all our bones, so that the bones, they do not clash with each other, they do not rub each other. If they clash, we will feel a lot of pain. Now, feel your muscles when you bend your arm. Now, what you do while watching this video, try to bend your arm and hold your hand on your muscle, your bicep, and try to feel it. When you will contract your bicep, your muscles will shorten, and when you extend it, you will feel that your muscles are relaxing. They are extending. So if you contract your arm, your muscles will shorten. When you lengthen your arm, your muscles will extend. So this is something that you can feel. When we bend our arms at the elbow, the biceps contract, then the biceps relax, and the triceps contract to straighten the elbow. There are three kinds of muscles in human body: skeletal, smooth, and cardiac muscles. So let's learn about them. Now, skeletal muscles are attached to the bones in leg, arms, abdomen, chest, and neck. They hold the skeleton together. They give the body shape and help it to move. They are also called voluntary muscles. Their movement is controlled by the brain. They can contract quickly. Smooth muscles are found in the walls of the stomach, intestines, and the blood vessels. They help move food through the digestive system. They help blood move among the blood vessels and maintain blood pressures. Smooth muscles take longer to contract than the skeletal muscles. They are also called involuntary muscles. They are automatically controlled by the nervous system. That means you cannot control your stomach muscles, right? Like if you want to move your hand, if you want to move your foot, you want to move your legs, you want to move your arm, you can control those muscles, even though your brain is controlling the movement, but you can give command to your brain, okay, now I want to move my hand. So you are moving these muscles by your own voluntary will. Whereas if you want to move any muscles in your stomach or intestine, you cannot do that. You cannot move your blood vessels because they are involuntary muscles. They are automatically collected by our brain. They are automatically controlled by the nervous systems. Now, a most important group of muscles are cardiac muscles. They are found in the heart. They are also involuntary muscles, which means we cannot control our heart muscles, but they are automatically controlled by the nervous system. Their regular strong contractions force blood out of the heart as it beats. That means when the heart is beating, these muscles are expanding and contracting and pumping heart in our system. Okay, with this, we come to the end of this chapter. I will ask you to self-check whatever you have learned with the help of this exercise. And if you have any doubt, you can drop me a comment or you can reach out to me and I will be very, very, very happy to help you. I hope you enjoyed learning our fascinating human skeletal system. I will be coming to you with a new topic, with a new video next time. Till then, please like, comment and subscribe and share with your friends, right? Thank you guys. Thank you, my little explorers. Bye bye. Take care.